leaving what's draining you. Some of you are not confused. We're depleted. And the depletion is not coming from one big dramatic thing. It's coming from the daily drip. The conversation you and I keep replaying, the obligation that you and I keep forcing, the habit that keeps us numb, the room that we've outgrown, the version of you that keeps performing strength while privately running on empty. And maybe the real question in this season is not, what do I need to add? Maybe the question is, what is draining me and why am I still carrying it? Today, we're talking about leaving what's draining you, leaving what's draining me, not dramatically, not impulsively, but honestly. Hey y'all, I'm Madison Samone Chase, also known as Miss Chase. I was raised by an incredible single mom who is my biggest fan and my best friend, my BFF for real. I am also a certified celebrity personal trainer, a fitness and wellness expert, and a sports and entertainment media host. I was born in Fort Worth, Texas, raised in Dallas, and built in Los Angeles, the city of angels. I trained at Juilliard School of American Ballet, becoming the world's only 3-time ESPN Miss Fitness champion. And from that ballet training, that led me to appear in more than 450 fitness DVDs and infomercials. And the first of the 450 was led by celebrity trainer Gunnar Peterson, who's known for training the Kardashian family. As a celebrity trainer myself, some of my most notable clients include Robert Pattinson of Twilight and Batman, Chris Tucker of Rush Hour, Amber Riley of Glee. And as a sports and entertainment media host, some of my favorite red carpet moments and press junkets and premieres and TV after shows include chatting with Richard Branson, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Emma Stone, Viola Davis, Tyler Perry, Justin Baldoni, Issa Rae, and Tiana Taylor, because she is on a hot streak right now. I share my accomplishments to honor the millions of sacrifices my mom planted in me so that I could blossom and flourish into the woman I'm still becoming. So if you're listening and or watching, I want you to pull up a digital chair or a real chair and grab yourself a cup of hot or cold herbal tea, and welcome to my cozy home of Cut to the Chase at 8, a 15-minute micro-learning moment for macro living. And I am so overjoyed that you are here, that you're listening, because this is where we explore and lean into life with our lived experiences, yours and mine, where we invite lots of grace in this space because we're living in some interesting times. And we chat all about spirit, mind, and body health, because that is ultimately our wealth in microdoses for macro living. So make sure you join me twice daily for just 15 minutes at 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, because this is your 15-minute chance for your daily pause, for a cause, for clarity, wellness, grace, and intentional decision making. And giving yourself grace, because how we start our day and how we end it matters. Each episode, my offer to you is 3 keys and 1 question. And 1 question to sit with and hopefully encourage you to give yourself more grace in whatever space you're in, with something practical, something grounded, and something you could carry with you. So wherever you're listening from, I want you to turn it up and tune in. And if anything you hear today breaks your heart or lights a spark, I'd love for you to subscribe, share this podcast with someone you care about, and please leave a comment so that this becomes a dialogue and not a monologue. And if you feel led, a 5-star rating. Now let's take a breath together. Inhale for 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's lean into today's episode of Cut to the Chase at 8. Let's cut the noise. Let's get clear. Let's get ready, set, and go, and grow, and be great. The title for today's episode again is Leaving What's Draining You. Leaving it. This episode is for the person who has been holding it down while quietly feeling worn down. You're still showing up, looking beautiful and perfect, and you're still getting things done, and you're still handling what needs to be handled, but your spirit feels tired. Your body feels tired. Your mind feels crowded. And what makes this kind of exhaustion hard to name is that you still may be functioning well. At least you think you do from the outside. It could look like you're doing fine, but inside, you know something is off. And sometimes what's off is not that you need more discipline or more things to do. Sometimes what's off is that you and I are over connected to what is draining us. That could be a person, a relationship, a romantic relationship, a job relationship, a pattern, a place, a pace, a role, a responsibility, a belief, an unhealed expectation, a version of yourself that you've outgrown. I know that's a lot. But let's start here. Leaving what's draining you does not always begin with distance. Sometimes it begins with honesty and clarity. Because if you won't tell the truth about what something is costing you, you will keep calling depletion normal. You'll normalize it. And when depletion becomes normal, peace starts to feel unfamiliar, like a stranger. And that's why this is a detox conversation. And detox is not always about doing more. Sometimes detox is about no longer feeding what is weakening you, which brings me to part one. Drain and feeling drained is a signal. It's not a character flaw. And I want to say this very clearly. Feeling drained does not automatically mean you and I are undisciplined or ungrateful or weak or doing life wrong or doing something wrong. Sometimes feeling drained is a signal. A signal that your boundaries are too open, too wide. Your pace is unsustainable. Your environment is misaligned. And your body needs rest. Your spirit needs quiet and peace. Your yes has been overused. Your life is asking for a reset. But a lot of us were conditioned to mistrust our own signals. So instead of listening, we override it. We ignore it. We say, I'm fine. I'll push through it. This is just a season. I don't want to let people down. I don't want to let my family down, my friends down. I can handle it. And maybe you can handle it, but handling something is not the same thing as being nourished by it. Just because you could carry it does not mean it's good for you. Just because you're capable of surviving it does not mean it deserves access to you, your spirit or your mind or your body. And drain is information. And mature healing learns how to read the signal before the system crashes. Which brings me to part two. Why we stay connected to what drains us. Now let's talk about why leaving what drains us can feel so complicated, so hard, because usually it's not just about the thing itself. It's also about the thing that's tied to it. We stay because of history. I've known this person for this many years. We stay because of loyalty. We stay because of identity. We stay because of guilt and fear and money, comfort, routine, hope, optics. It looks good. The story we told ourselves about how this was supposed to go. Sometimes we are not attached to the relationship, the role, or the situationship, or the situation. We are attached to the meaning we gave it. And when it starts draining us, we don't just have to let go of the thing. We have to grieve the version of ourselves that believed that that was sustainable. And that part is real. That part deserves compassion, because leaving what drains you can come with sadness. And that's okay. Even when it's right, it could come with relief and grief at the same time. You could miss something or someone and still know it is no longer healthy for you. You could love people and still need distance. You could appreciate what a season taught you and still close the door. Could close it hard too. And that is not betrayal. That is discernment. That is maturity. That is self-respect. Which brings me to part three. Leaving doesn't always mean announcing. Now, this is important because a lot of people think leaving has to be loud to be real and to be felt. And it doesn't. Some of your most powerful exits will be quiet. Quiet detachment, quiet boundaries, quiet restructuring, quiet no's, quiet non-participation, quiet redirection. You do not have to give a TED Talk every time you heal and leave. You do not have to over-explain yourself with every boundary. You do not have to make a dramatic announcement to validate your growth. You don't have to do it. And sometimes leaving what drains you looks like answering less, sharing less, engaging less, arguing less, proving less, volunteering less emotional labor, and volunteering less too. Protecting your mornings and your daytime, and protecting your evenings, and protecting your nervous system, because that is still leaving. And let me say this, not everything draining you needs one big ending. Some things need a gradual withdrawal, a slow detox, a steady uncoupling or unentanglement, a new standard repeated until your life starts to reflect it. That kind of leaving is not weak. It's wise, because the goal is not just to escape a drain. The goal is to become someone who no longer normalizes being drained. Which brings me to 3 keys in our one reflective question. Key number 1, identity and identify what's draining you specifically. Specificity creates clarity, and stop confusing loyalty with self-abandonment. You do not have to disappear from yourself to prove love or character. Key number 3, practice quiet detachment and intentional replacement. Don't just leave the drain, build the nourishment. And the one reflection question, what am I still carrying out of habit, out of guilt or hope that is actively draining me? And what would quiet detachment look like this week? And sit with that, because leaving what is draining you is not always about one big move. Sometimes it's a series of honest, quiet decisions that return you to yourself. So before you go, I just want to say thank you from the bottom and top of my heart. It's truly been an honor and a pleasure sharing this time with you. And thank you for continuing to give yourself grace in this space with me today. And I am so genuinely thankful that you chose to stop and step into this cozy digital home with me. So before you head out, let's quickly revisit our 3 keys and one reflective question from today's episode. Key number 1, identify what's draining you specifically, and specificity. Specificity creates clarity. Key number 2, stop confusing loyalty with self-abandonment. You do not have to disappear from yourself to prove love or character. Key number 3, practice quiet detachment and intentional replacement. Don't just leave the drain, build the nourishment. And our one question to reflect on and to sit with, what am I still carrying out of habit, guilt, or hope that is actively draining me? And what would quiet detachment look like this week? So if today's episode offered you clarity, insight, or even a pause for a cause you didn't know you needed, and if there's anything that I shared today that pricked your heart or lit a spark, I'd love for you to subscribe and share this podcast with someone you care about, and leave a comment so that this becomes a dialogue and not just a monologue. And if you feel led, a 5-star rating, because it helps this space to grow and help other people who may need it. And before we close, I want to extend a gentle invitation. If you've been listening consistently and reflecting and feeling called to move beyond just listening, and want to get into a community of like-minded people who are connected and who intentionally want to grow, I'd love for you to consider becoming a part of the C3, which is Cut to the Chasers Champion Circle founding member. And this is a community who I want to build and grow together, and who will eventually help shape this space and what it will become as founding members. So consider that. And I'd be honored to have you be a part of that beginning with me. So thank you for joining me here twice a day for our daily 15-minute microdose for macro living. Now let's close with one breath together. Inhale for 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm Madison Samone Chase, and this is Cut to the Chase at 8. You're ready, set to go and grow. Let's get clear and let's be great. Blessings to you and yours. Until tomorrow.